Hey, we got good news today. First positive test is in the books.
All right, so we got to tell them a little bit about what happened last time.
Well,
So when we first got a positive test, we got the phone. Amy and I took a day off. It was on speakerphone. They said it was positive. We flipped out, excited, and went crazy. Took the rest of the day off, celebrated like it was New Year's.
we were pretty elated.
Pretty elated. And now, after
Well, let's just finish the story, because that embryo
led
embryo led to Maddie,
which is great. And subsequently, we've gotten positive, and we had 2 miscarriages after positives. Now, we got the call, very good news, but we are so jaded when it comes to this information now. So it was like, she texted me. It was like, yep, positive. All right, and I said,
to the next.
And I said, step 1, check. So
That's true. Step 1 check.
Step 1 check, which is great.
Yep.
We have another.
Next test is in 2 days from now, and we will see if the numbers. So my numbers today were 514, very strong. It's actually quite good.
Great.
And anything over a 10 is considered positive, but I've had 40 before, and that doesn't go anywhere. So 514 is pretty good.
Great.
We'll see what it is on in the next couple of days, and if it goes up, that's our second positive. Step number 2 will be a check.
We'll so we're
So more to come.
I have to say we're cautiously optimistic.
It's the name of the game. Got some good news again today.
We did. Numbers went from 500 to
Over 2,000. So they've nearly tripled. In a 3-day span, which is what we needed to see in order for...
I think your math's off. I quadrupled. 5 times 3 would be 1,500.
I've never been very good
5
at math.
times 4 is 2,000.
I've never
500 times 4 is
okay.
2,000.
Well, they did much better. If the fact that they went up is good, but the fact that they did quadruple is even better, because they needed to do that for this to feel a little better. I still have to go back next week.
One thing I do like is that we are not the average person, right? That's not like, all right, you're pregnant.
The average fertility case.
Yeah, right. So that they are like, no, we're keeping an extra eye on you. We're gonna go make sure you have to do another blood test.
So normally, what would happen is you would do the first blood test, and then you do the second one to make sure your numbers are going up, and then you would wait 2 more weeks until the first heartbeat test, which is usually about a 6-week time, because in fertility, you're already working with an embryo that's a week old. You wait 2 more weeks to find out if it's actually good, and then, so 6 weeks comes fairly quickly, but there's still a 2-week span usually. Now, our doctor has said, because of my history, that she wants to check my blood numbers again. So my HCG numbers, and so I'm going to go back next week.
Check them every damn day. I don't care.
So it's actually kind of nice, because I feel like I'm getting a little special attention here.
Oh, used to needles plenty, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so the next thing is when?
Next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
And,
a week from today.
All right, so one step at a time, fingers crossed.
One step at a time, fingers crossed.
That also should be like our catchphrase for this thing.
One step at a time, fingers crossed. Yeah.
Anything
I'm
else?
also, well, I mean, if we're really being serious about what we're sharing, I'm feeling a little...
You look like you're tired.
I've got some symptoms here.
You definitely feel like the nausea seems to be kicking in.
Some unsettledness, I'll say that.
I don't understand the difference between unsettledness
It's not,
and nausea.
I wasn't ready to puke. I just felt a little unsettled tonight. So, and I was tired.
Maybe it's because you had that gross cauliflower pizza, or whatever the hell that it was. It's disgusting. I had a bite. It was awful.
It was delicious.
It's terrible. All right, are we done?
Okay, so update on progress since the last blood test. I have started spotting a little bit, which which isn't completely uncommon. It's very light, and it is not happening frequently. Really only when I go to the bathroom. So it's not freaking me out too much. I have a feeling it's just a result of some of the medication, because that can cause irritation, and I did reach out to the nursing staff, and they have confirmed that that is more than likely the case. But a little unnerving when it happens nonetheless. I will get to ask a little bit more about it on Monday when I go back, or in a few days when I go back for the next blood test. And I'm really, this is where I'm thankful a little bit more so that I have another blood test coming up, because it normally would be an excruciating wait to get to the heartbeat, especially when things like this start happening. But trying to stay calm and cool. I did have this happen when I was pregnant with Maddie, so it's not completely abnormal, and it's a little bit reassuring that it is happening similarly, but it still makes me go a little yikes. Of course, things are never easy while you're waiting to have your next step. So in addition to some of the spotting, I had some bleeding the other day, and the nurse told me it's completely normal, just to relax. My numbers were really good, obviously, so not a big concern unless it got worse. And it didn't, it subsided. But of course, I saw more today, which gives you a little bit of like a shock to the system, but keeping my fingers crossed it does the same thing as it did the other day, which is subside, and I can make it till Monday, the ultrasound appointment. Good news, there is the heartbeat and all of these little printouts here.
What's for us?
I don't know, but they are showing good things. I don't know if you can see, it's hard to see. They're showing good things. They're also showing emotions and a yolk sac that had split off and could have been a second, but is not. We are at 104 for the heart rate. We're going to come back in 10 days.
Supposed to be 110, but
should be 110, but it's still a little early. Not too concerning, but definitely keeping us on the edge of our seats. Hey, good news. We got an embryo. And it's got a heartbeat, it's looking great, and it's measuring right where it's supposed to. It's amazing. Amazing news.
Y'all ready for this?